Welcome to Guided Spirit Conversations. I'm your host, Marla Goldberrg. This podcast has been created with you in mind to acquaint you with some of the most incredible metaphysicians and spiritual leaders from around the globe who have helped others change their lives. In this interactive hour, you will be offered insights and techniques to help you make a difference in your life. Don't forget to subscribe to the show on your favorite listening platform. And here we go, on to the show. Hello. Happy morning, noon, or afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And I hope everybody from all over the globe is tuning into Guided Spirit Conversations today. I hope you had a great holiday last week, whether it was Passover, Easter, Ramadan, that whatever you were celebrating, that you got together with family and friends and just had the most joyous time. Okay, this week, I'm really excited to bring on Mila McGowin. Mila was born in Peru and moved to Florida in 1999. As a young adult, her main dream was to be a mother, which she accomplished. After moving to Florida and working, Mila pursued her dream of getting her master's degrees while working at a position she loved. Mila is a normal woman that has had experiences and knows what happiness and sadness are. However, she has always pulled herself together, used her resilience to fight for what she wants and she believes in. She always knew, that she was an empath, intuitive healer, and has accepted that she felt what others were feeling. She understood that her mission was through her spiritual guides' messages. Her guardian angels and spiritual guides support her daily on this journey to fulfill her mission through using her empathic and intuitive gifts, and with the help of cards, pendulums, runes, or just by listening to the voice of the beings on the other side. Mila wants to help you find solutions with clarity and healing and to guide your empowerment. She is certified as an ordained minister, board certified hypnotist, UC, Reiki master, meditation master, remote viewing practitioner, past life regressionist, sound vibrational healer, chakra alignment, and she does the dance of the chakras. Welcome, Mila. How are you doing?
Oh, Marla, thank you so much. I'm so excited. Like I was saying before, this is my first time for this, but I'm very excited and happy for this.
Well, I'm glad we have you for your first, so we'll make it a good experience for
Oh,
you.
yeah, I'm sure. I'm being, reviewing your videos for the other days, and yes, I love it. And you are an inspiration. I always think that when you have to say something, you can say, you will respect. And it's also amazing that you share your experience in your life. And that make me think that why not? I keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it. For what? For me, for my healing, and for the rest, because we are here to help others. And yes, like you said, my mission, um, I if you want me to start now explaining, I'm going to explain or later.
You can explain what your mission is, but more importantly, what I want to know, what I like to do is let people understand how you stepped onto your path, because you were in Peru, you got married, you had your family, and then you moved to Florida. When you were in Peru, were you doing, your intuitive gifts for others, or did you just open up when you got here
What?
to the States?
So going back in time, I moved here in 1999 after a divorce with the intention to have a change in my life. You know how it is a divorce. I don't know
Yes.
you, but you have heard. So I was really touched by the divorce and I said, I want to change in my life. So I moved here, very grateful for that. By that time, I had my daughter, now she's 28. So we moved. And then I marry again the second time. I have another daughter that is 20. Two marriages, two divorces. So make me stronger, I should say, because we live, we understand, we accept. Now I understand everything. By then, no, right? So by then I was
Right.
feeling, I was having some question, why I'm feeling this, why I'm feeling the energy, why I'm asking people so many questions about what they're going through. So I didn't understand why do I need to know everything, right? Empath, just an empath trying to help, trying to fix. But later I understood that you cannot fix people, you cannot change unless they want it, unless they want to
Yes.
accept it. So here, after the two divorces, beautiful daughters, uh, I have a good life. I went to college here. I got my master's degree. I keep working in the position that, that I started. Um, I started getting more signs. Um, I started getting messages to dreams. I started being pushed to start, right? So I started reading cards here and then, doing meditation, um, talking to people, trying to help others. I have relationships since I didn't learn my first situation. You know how it is. You repeat the
Yes.
same pattern, right? So I was
Say
repeating.
that again, please. Say that again because I want the audience to hear that. When you don't learn your lesson,
When you don't learn your lesson, you're going to have it and even worse in a bigger scale. Why? Because the universe wants you to wake up. The universe wants you to learn. The universe wants you to love yourself, accept yourself, change, heal yourself first. Then they will, yes.
yes,
But you have to own it. You have to own your decision. You have to own your mistake. You have to own and accept. I did this. There was a reason why. I didn't do it. There is a reason why. So we tend to judge ourselves too much sometimes. We tend to say,
yes,
I shouldn't done that. I shouldn't go that. I shouldn't say that person. Well, maybe you should. Maybe just, you know what? I don't like to jump in my sections description, but just want to say that something that helps a lot is write down in a paper what you feel. Write down in a paper what you want to change about you. Write down in a paper what you feel you have done wrong. If you feel you have done wrong, write down in a paper names, situations, people that you think make you feel no love or people that hurt you. Then you want to say it loud, right? You want to say it loud. It's a way to release. For me, works. And that's part of my sessions also. And then you're going to have to be grateful. Now, going back in the time when my awakening happened last year, actually. Well, my full awakening, because it was coming little by little. And last year I was having a normal life after a relationship that I was trying to fix somebody. Then I started healing myself when my spiritual guides pushed me. Can I explain how they pushed me? In dreams, I was walking and literally fell, and another day fell. It's like, wake up. I was grabbing a cup of coffee, drop the coffee, and on March 7, 2022, I'm never gonna forget the day. That was the day that I woke up and I said, this is the day. And amazing year. I started studying and I keep studying now. I'm gonna continue to study um, to be better, to get better, to help others and help myself. So that was the day that I started. By that time, I had some friends, mentor from Spain that I talk over the phone. Mila, you know you have it. I've been telling you. You know they're mediums. So you can go and search online. There are many tools that you can take advantage. Or if I don't want to use the word take advantages, study. Some classes are free, some classes you have to pay. Still, start little by little. I'm amazed. I'm amazed because I really went online and I searched and I took some classes that helped me a lot and it make me open my mind. Then
yeah.
little by little, I got a certification, you just told me, and I still discovering myself. I cannot tell you for sure what else can I do because I'm still discovering myself.
Well, and here's the thing, it's a journey. So this discovery that you've now stepped on into is going to be for the rest of your time in this human body. It continues when you go over to the other side, when you transition, and it continues again when you come into this life, right?
Correct.
And sometimes when you come back into, when you're incarnated, you live this life, maybe you've healed some of your wounds, maybe you haven't. If you haven't, you'll continue doing this until you heal them. If you have, well, you'll be, you'll be for probably clear of dealing with them in in another life. You'll just get other challenges, and the whole purpose of our journey is so that when we have these challenges, we heal from them, we learn from them, and they're the stepping stone to our growth, so that we can then move forward in our life feeling lighter and freer. Do you find that? Do you agree with that from your experience, Mila?
Marla, let me tell you, I couldn't be more grateful that I am now. Yes, we have a life. Yes, we deal with situations. Yes, sometimes we have struggles too. Sometimes we have problems.
But we need
We
them.
need that to keep learning, right? So I
Exactly.
still healing myself and I'm continue doing it. Now, one thing that I can tell you, I don't feel now that I could get attached to somebody or something like I used to be in a negative way. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
Codependency. I think I learn, keep learning, and I can sense when it could be a codependency and try to fix it. Controlling the situation, that's another way. Our ego plays a
Mm-mm.
whole role here. We want to control. We don't mean to do bad, but we wanna solutions in one way. We expect people to come to us in one way. That's controlling.
We want what we want as humans, right?
Yes,
And but the point is it's to learn that we don't always get what we want, and there's a reason for it because you're not ready for it. You haven't done what you needed to do to receive it.
exactly, exactly. And I always say this. The first thing that I always come to my mind when I have a situation, own it, Milan. Own it. Own it. Just own it. Take responsibility. Fix
Yes,
it as much as you can. Sometimes you cannot get people thinking the same way of you. And that's the beauty of life, too, that we are different. That's the beauty because we keep learning from each other. Imagine the world with the same kind of people, same kind of education, same kind of dreams. No, this is the beauty. We are all different. Um, that deserves a respect to everybody.
it does.
Yes,
Everybody deserves respect,
yes, yes. And
without question.
I'm amazed and I'm very grateful to start my journey and meeting the right people at the right moment. You see, my angels, my spiritual guides, I always say thank you because they send me to the right people, the right group, and then from them, I'm proud of them because they're in the right path. I'm proud of me too because I keep learning and I'm gonna keep doing it.
And it's important for you to be proud of yourself because you have done, when you do the work, it's not easy. It's not for the weak. I mean, doing healing work is, I mean, you have to really have some, um, not resonance, but you have to be ready for what's going to come down the pike. It's not going to be repeated in the same way, but you have to own your part of it
Yes,
and you have to forgive others and yourself.
yes,
And I know you talk about forgiveness, about can you forgive yourself? Can you forgive others? I'm a believer of yes. I talk about that. So I want to hear it. Please share your perspective.
yes. So the first step is to start with the self love, right? When you accept yourself how you are, what you hear, then you're gonna release what you need to release let go, release your pain in some way. Sometimes you have to go on a grief step in order to get to the next level. Because it's
Hmm.
not going to happen in one day. It happened
Yeah.
in years, probably. Uh,
Well, the woundedness didn't happen overnight.
exactly.
I hate to say it's like a diet, right? You didn't gain all the weight in one day. You're not going to take it all off in one day. It's a
It's a
process.
process.
And it's the same thing with forgiveness and healing.
Yes. Once you forgive yourself, you can forgive others. But you have to start with yourself. What happens if you forgiving others, you being compassionate, you're still being codependent because you are not or controlling, trying to control the situation. Because you're not, if you're not having love for you, if you're not accepting yourself, forgiving yourself, owning, that's, I love that word, owning, you don't
Yes.
go to the next step. And I've been through that. I've been through that through these years. I don't know it all, right? I keep learning,
Hmm.
but I'm in that process. And is this journey is magical because it is so rewarding. And I'm not talking about dollars. I'm talking about rewarding because the feeling that you have when you help others to heal, when you see they smile after a session, when you see that they are listening to you and they are accepting themselves, right? Obviously, no, everything is going to be perfect. Uh, we still have the ego that plays a big role on our daily journey. So
Hmm.
sometimes I observe that with my clients, but all I can say is I'm here. I'm here to help you. I'm here to listen. I'm here to give you the tool for you to heal yourself. And usually when I have a session, I always send them material for them to read, to do the whole healing, to do Reiki, to cleanse the aura, different things that they can do. So it's up to them if they do it or not.
So, how do you suggest to your clients that they clean their aura
Okay.
and they do some of their cleansing? So, let's give them a couple of, you know, areas that they could do themselves right now or later on today.
So I learned this. I am Latin, so I take classes in Spanish and I take classes in English, and then I mix a lot. I create my own sessions. I took Reiki in Spanish and I took Reiki in English, so I mix it up. At the same way, at the end of the day, we all energy is gonna work, right? So this
That's right.
this specific session for me is a mix. Okay, first starting with the meditation, right? You
Yes.
close your eyes, you put the sound, then you're gonna visualize, you're gonna put this works, believe me. You're gonna put your tongue in the roof of your mouth, okay? And you're gonna just concentrate on that. That probably you start having saliva. But so we don't like that, right? But we are thinking, okay, I'm having saliva. So it works because you concentrate on that. So now I'm,
Hmm.
I'm gonna say, they have to say now, my brain is in 8 hertz, I'm in alpha state. And then after the relaxation, because you're supposed to be relaxed after that, you had intention, you're gonna have first water and salt in a container that you're only gonna use for that. You're not gonna use that container for anything else, right? So you're gonna
Right.
start with intention, taking the bad energy, taking what you need to clean to the right, taking it. No, there's no rule. You can start from here, you can start from here, you can any chakra, or you can just do your whole body. I don't think that somebody can tell you that there is exact rule of how to do it. It's just intention. And then after that, you're gonna meditate again a little bit more, and you're gonna seal it to the left. So seal that intention that you actually doing that cleansing, that you are You're going to feel better, not only because you relax, it's because you had the intention to do it. And at the end, you're going to have that feeling. And
So what do you do with the salt water? Excuse me for interrupting, but where does the salt water come in?
a water from the sink and
You
salt.
put it, your no, but you put the salt water in your hand
Oh,
when you're
I'm
clearing.
sorry, I didn't say that. No, don't touch it. You just, this is the salt and water, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh, so you're just putting it in
you
there,
just
the
putting it
negative.
there. You just cleaning it there. Goes
Okay,
to the salt and
in
water.
that container.
Yes, in that container. Don't use the container for nothing else. It's better you discard it so you don't get confused. So I use one of those $1 container things that I don't need it anymore.
Yes.
Then you dump the water in your toilet or outside, in the ground, in the grass, far from you, or just flush it. The same way I do when I do the empowerment session, and you write down everything that bothers you, everything that concerns you, everything about you or another person. So I say it loud, say it really loud, release it, right? Then you're gonna burn the paper. You're gonna burn it
Mhm.
and you're gonna toss it out or flush it in the toilet. Of course, this is a session that takes time because you're gonna go in meditation, you're gonna be relaxed, and then you're gonna do that step. After that step, you do another meditation, and then you're gonna write down everything that you are grateful for, which is beautiful. Because after
Yes.
you releasing it with intention, you're gonna be grateful for what you have. That sometimes we don't see what we actually have, uh, and we might be complaining about situations where we had in front of us beautiful things. I mean, life is magical if we want to see it in that way, right? We hope,
It is. It's totally magical
yeah,
in the way of saying it. Yeah, and if you allow yourself to be open and aware, and I say change your perspective and you change your life, right? So when you become open and aware, where you had previously been shut and unconscious, now all of a sudden you have, um, what was I going to say? You're open and aware. You have the magic of the shift,
yes,
if that makes any sense.
yes.
So I'm going to apologize. I'm going to have to turn away a second because somebody is whining. I told you about my little baby, so excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, little one. And so let's talk about how people can empower themselves.
Let's see. It's a mix of what I just told you about. I call it empowerment session, which
Hmm.
includes the meditation, awareness of what you want to change, accepting yourself, releasing, and doing that step that I show you. But in between, we're going to have the meditation, we're going to have the Reiki, we're going to have the reading. So, just to give you some clarity, um, it's amazing how it is possible for clients, it's possible for people to go meditate. And when I start, you know, trying to connect with the angels, and I call Archangel Michael and Metatron, and they can actually connect, and they only not see them, they can see people from their life, from the past, and they get the messages. So it's a whole section, it's a whole thing that includes in this power meditation. Um,
So in your sessions, do you get medium? Do you get messages from beings on the other side, like your clients' ancestors or their guides, etc.?
yes, so there is, if we call ourselves mediums, or we know that we're mediums, we all get the messages in different ways, right? We
Yes.
all, there is no one rule again. So my intuition, I'm a connection with my spiritual guides. It starts in the moment that the session starts. So I might feel, for example, if somebody comes for Reiki, okay, I'm doing a meditation, I'm doing the Reiki, I'm clearing the chakra with my tuning forks also. And then I get a message that maybe she or him has some pain in her legs and her arms. So that's my intuition and also my connection with my spiritual guides. So then we finish, and I said, okay, so I felt that you had some pain, maybe your leg, maybe your arm, whatever was the moment, right? Or the spiritual guide told me to go there. Yes, it happens. Also, when I'm doing my readings, it could be just through conversation or it could be with the cards. And I love this because I have different cards, right? I have the
Yes.
angels, I have the love cards, I have another different kind of cards. Okay, the list is too long. So sometimes I combine based on my intuition two or three. And I
Hmm.
love when the two or three sessions, I mean, two or three sets actually agree.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yes,
I love when that happens.
I love that. And the questions that they ask me, right?
Yes.
And then I have the answer also matches what I'm seeing in the cards and what I'm feeling. So for me, it's just, it's amazing.
Confirmation.
It's a confirmation. And I say, okay, this is what I'm seeing, this is what I'm feeling, and this is my confirmation. So,
Now, you also do hypnosis.
yes.
So how do you fit hypnosis into your sessions? How,
Okay, hypnosis is a deep relaxation. You study hypnosis with a deep, deep relaxation through the meditation. Um, it's nothing different than a deep relaxation. Then my services or my goal is to give the hypnosis session for healing. You want to release stress, you want to feel better, you want to control the headache, you want to control your anxiety, things like that, right? So,
yes.
so I started with a meditation, relaxation, and then, the hypnosis has different steps, right? You have an induction,
Yes.
then you have an script, so you have the suggestion to tell to the client. And then at the end, you have the emerge when you actually call it the back. Uh, you have to have them, and really, you have to be sure that you want to reprogram your subconscious mind through the hypnosis. If you are not sure, if you are doubting, it might not work, right?
But isn't it with any healing modality, if you go in
Thank you.
closed-minded or skeptical,
Thank you.
you're
Thank
not
you.
going to get the result you desire
Thank you.
because, and they blame it on the
Thank
healer,
you.
but they don't take responsibility for being closed-minded or being skeptical or whatever they might bring to the party.
Thank you. And also, through all, I call myself spiritual hypnotist because I'm in a spiritual journey, right? I've been
Hmm.
changing my title many times during the year because I keep studying. I said, okay, it's not gonna be any long. I had to do something. At one point, maybe I made changes to my website or you know, we're in a world that we keep changing. We keep getting better.
It's part of the
Yeah,
growth. I
but
mean, last year at this time, I was just a master metaphysician. This year, I'm a doctor of metaphysical healing. Things change because you add more to your repertoire, you add more to your knowledge base, and you have more tools to offer your clients.
correct,
So all you're doing is enhancing yourself to help to be of further service on a deeper level.
correct. And so like you were saying, right? Like in any other healing session or reading or hypnosis, if you don't have the intention,
Hmm.
you're not open, right? To that, it won't work. It's like it won't. I'm grateful that probably I didn't have yet a client that has been against or being defensive because it could happen. Oh, although over the phone, I also do I belong to this platform, international platform, when we are 100 specialists. Some of us are medium, psychic, or just coach, right? Over
Mm-hmm.
the phone is different. Over the phone, sometimes they could be defensive, but that's their life, that's their own situation.
Exactly. There's no time or space in spirit, so remote sessions can be just as powerful, even more powerful than if they were in person because you don't have the distractions. But again, you have more opportunity to have people who say, prove it to me. And well, you don't have to prove it to you because you've done the classes, you've done the work, and but if he or she is saying, prove it to me, whether it's consciously, subconsciously, or unconsciously, they just put up their own block. They put up their own wall, and nothing is going to do. And then they'll say, see, I told you this was, you're a Charlemagne, you're a fraud. But it's not about you being a fraud. It's about them not being open to receiving what you have to offer. Because if you offer your client with full intention, full desire, and clear communication through spirit to them, acting at that conduit, then you can't be about you.
Or
If you go in with ego, it's another story.
correct, or they are not ready to heal, right? They are not yet ready to heal. They don't know what is healing, also. Or, you know, so I started this officially this journey last year. Um, of course, there are many people that never knew that I was spiritual, that I was just doing another kind of job, another kind of position, and then explain. Well, one thing is you don't need to explain because
Mhm.
and if you give the message, right, and
Mhm.
we love, and you don't go to the phase that you wanna explain why you're doing it, you're just offering, right? People
Yes.
that want to take it will take it. People that don't want to understand, no, they are not ready, they won't. But at one point in our life, we all go. I think we all gonna go on the spiritual journey at one point. Some of the people that don't want learn, don't wanna heal themselves, probably not this life, maybe another life.
But we're all on a, here's the thing, everybody's on a spiritual journey, whether they
Just sure,
want to
right?
admit it or not admit it. It's just there's the difference between being not woke,
Right.
and I'm not talking in the political way, but being not awakened.
Mm-hmm.
So you do the same thing day out, day in. You sort of like are comfortable in your muck of despair or anger or pain or whatever it might be, and your spiritual journey is going to bring you back to that because of the fact that you're not doing anything to help yourself. When you start taking the energy and you start moving to help yourself heal and become open, all of a sudden, those pains that you've been walking around with forever, they fall away.
It's
Things like that happen.
also because it's about how we were raised, right? We were taught by society, therefore by our family and parents, what to do, what not to do, correct? How to be, how not to be, how to behave.
Yes.
I appreciate being Catholic. I was raised Catholic. Some people have different religions. It's okay, respect everybody. But what I'm trying to say, so I'm coming from a family, from Latin family. My father was born in 1930, my mom 1942. So that generation. So they were raised in one way. Uh, I had to be honest. We all know that some of them are close-minded, right? It
Yes.
has to be in this way. You're gonna have to do this, right? There's more, right? There's more. Very grateful for my family, yes. Very happy family, yes. However, I since my childhood, I understand what controlling, what being controlling, what is possibly being a narcissist is. My father, a lovely person, he didn't know more what to do. He didn't have the education to expand himself. However, was an excellent father and a husband in his way. But he was taught in that way. He was the controlling person, um, that's why maybe me, right? I
Hmm.
don't accept controlling situations or controlling people. I'm talking about relationships because
Right,
I don't wanna have that situation that my mother had, right?
right.
I love them. I love them. My father passed away in 5 years ago. Yeah, it's gonna be six.
I'm sorry.
Excellent father. He worked hard to support us. He didn't know more. He didn't know more. So my mother was a stay-at-home mom, dedicated mother, lovely. She's in Peru, right?
Yeah.
But she was learned also to be submissive. She was also learned to, there were times that she expressed herself, yes, and we were happy in a way. Yeah, we were happy. Just those moments, you know what I mean? Those moments. The story is too long, so I'm just gonna cut it there. So, but that stayed with me. I understood not long ago that's what I won't accept controlling persons. And what I stay about my mother is the codependency that she had with my father. So she was stay mother, she stay home mother, she didn't work, right? But we actually can carry over traumas or situations that our parents or
Oh,
ancestors
absolutely.
had. So I felt that codependency probably that's one of the things that I carry with me and I'm working on.
And it's an important piece of it because
Right.
you don't want to be codependent. When you say control, why are people controlling? Well, because there's fear. They try to control everything because there's a fear underlying about all of it. And it has to do with how they feel about themselves, if they've been rejected, abandoned, whatever it might be. And so they try to control their life so nobody will hurt them again.
Correct.
But what they do is hurt themselves. And people do come in and hurt them because if you haven't healed it, it's going to keep showing up in your life until you heal it. So you run the risk of having the same situation like Groundhog Day, right? It's like you wake up and the same thing happens over and over again until you get it right. And even in transition, if somebody passes away and they're angry, or if somebody passes away and they're scared, they will be guided to an area where they're with like-minded people. And so it's like a Groundhog Day on the other side of the veil until they figure out how to change whether it's the fear or anger or any other emotion that's faulty in thought that's keeping him stuck. And then once they're able to change it, then they can move to the next level of what it is
Yes.
they need.
Like you said in one of your uh, shows, I saw one of your recording um, about repression, how you repress your emotions.
Yes.
So many people, we all do at one point,
To one
right?
degree or another, yeah.
Yeah. And also, I read about suppressed emotions, which
Yeah.
is different. And I understood now, being honest, what's the difference between one and the other one because I always heard repress. I always was used to use the word repress, and then suppress is totally different. But yeah, we have both.
We
We
do.
can have both emotions. Yes.
And we can release both
Yeah.
emotions.
Yes.
You don't have to carry it with you, not in this life and not in a future life. I think we're
Correct.
agreeing in that because that's how you heal, which when you start healing, that's when you start learning to love yourself. I like to say, as with warts, wrinkles, and all, whatever it is you've got going on, whether your hips are like out to here or not, you love yourself because each body part offers you something important in your life that you don't realize it does until it's not there anymore. And by that time, it's too late to turn it around. So turn
Exactly.
it around now.
Exactly. The one thing that I do is I look in the mirror in the morning and say, "You are powerful, you are love, you are divine, you're
Yes.
strong. Keep me going."
Yeah. And the only thing I'm going to invite you to try is say, I am divine. I am strong. I am, because I am is the God in us. So when you
Yes.
acknowledge the I am, so that's the only thing I will invite you to sort of change in how you say it. But otherwise, the meaning is perfect. I need to stop here. It's charity shout out time. So this is the time where I share the guests' charity of choice, where they have a passion to serve and help. And yours is the Susan G. Komen Organization for Breast Cancer. So let's talk about why Susan G. Komen.
Okay. Around 2012, I have a health situation with one of my breasts. And one morning I woke up and one was really big, like a burning sensation, painful. And I didn't understand why, right? I went to emergency room and they told me you need to follow up this. I give you this medication. So I searched online and I found the right place to go. Susan Komen, um, I think is the in Hollywood, the hospital in Hollywood, Memorial in Hollywood, yes. So this is a group of women that specialize on breast cancer. I didn't have cancer. I
Thank
have all the
God.
tests. It was something that is called papilloma. So it's like, when you breastfeed, you might still have a few residues of the milk, and that could cause uh, infection later if you have, if you move your arm too much and you hit your breast, whatever the situation is. So I went there and wonderful. I couldn't, I was so grateful. They treat me so well. They didn't stop to help me go through all the tests. So it took me like 2 years between biopsies and tests over and over and over because it came back to be free of that. And I still, you have to do a follow up every year. And I have the corresponding ultrasound with some specific instruction that they send that I don't remember what the doctor said, but it has to be specific in order to know that if I'm still clean or not. So
I do.
I could say that you have anyone that have this kind of situation or just for a normal checkup, just for an annual exam, you can go there. And they always have specials also. During the month of October, I think it's only $100 for people that don't have insurance or discounted price if you want to pay cash and you have insurance. They are amazing. And they have different locations. The one that I went was in Hollywood, Florida. And I know they have a
Hmm.
Miramar in different cities. So if somebody wants to search, just write down and put woman in health, I think it is. Um, you can get in there. It's,
Or you can look at
yeah,
susangcoleman.org and find a location near you where you can get some help. They do great work.
exactly.
And I remember hearing the story about the woman who founded it because she did it after her sister passed of breast cancer and started, raising money big time to stop because some breast cancers are slow moving, but some are very aggressive, very fast. And the younger you get it, I understand. I'm not a doctor of medical, so I'm not a breast specialist, other than I've had my own issues. But, it's important to have your annuals. It's important to support groups that want to support you as well. And Susan G. Komen is one of those.
Yes. Yes. Amazing.
So please check out Susan G. Komen and see how you can help them. So thank you for that, Mila. It's a great cause. It's a great organization. So let's talk about healing yourself while healing others. Can you explain to everybody how you heal yourself when you're a healer for another?
Okay. So one important thing is during the session, when I'm trying to help someone to heal, right? Reiki, reading cards, I'm listening, and I say, okay, I relate with this situation, so I keep talking. I've been there. Or maybe I might say, oh, that's a good approach. I shouldn't think in this way. So that's an exchange of healing, right?
Hmm.
Because we actually heal every day if we want to do it. Then after every session, I meditate, I do the self Reiki, um, keep doing what I need to do. I'm not saying that everything is perfect in life because it's not. Sometimes I want to have more time to heal myself. Sometimes I'm running around and say, wait a minute, let's stop. You have to do it, right? Because sometimes you're busy running, doing this, and it's important. So that I share always with my clients the self-healing with Reiki.
Nice.
It's,
So no matter what the session is, you will show them that they'll walk away knowing how to do some
or I send it by email.
self-healing.
If the times
Oh,
we don't have time in that moment, I will send by email the information so they can do on their own. Hopefully they do
which
it.
is
Hopefully
wonderful.
they'll do it.
Because not only are you giving them information, but you're giving them information. So sometimes, especially when you're doing a mediumship reading or a psychic type reading, you give them information. But many people just say, okay, thank you very much, have a great day. You're saying, no, I'm going to give you this to help you on your healing journey.
Yes, and one thing that I always put in my head is, Mila, you had to time the session. I cannot time. I mean, I try, but how can I stop talking what I need to say more? How can I tell the client, okay, that's it? It's something that I need to manage the time. But also, it's rewarding because you actually help them, you actually listen to them. Sometimes they have so much to say, and I have to say too. So we exchange. Um, but again, it's a healing for me too.
And sometimes not only do they have to talk, but they might not have anyone at home who would listen. Not that they don't have anybody at home, but who just doesn't, they don't understand or they don't want to know or they don't want to help. They just can't be bothered. And look, it's not about, and this is them doing them. You just have to stay on the road and keep doing you.
Yes, yes. Thank you. That's the point. Yes, just being you, and so far, um, every one of my clients, thanks God, thanks to my angels, have been very happy, appreciating all the sessions. I have repetitive clients, and I do follow up with them too. I do follow up
Yes.
because I know I need to do sometimes a follow up over the phone, over the text. Are you okay? What is this? Whatever the case is. Also, I was telling you about that platform that I belong to over the phone. So I have the options also to send my follow up, or sometimes I have the option to send free readings because I know that they're going through a lot, and like you said, they might not have somebody to talk at home. They might have many people around, but no one actually relates for what they're going through. And sometimes it's just
Yeah.
a conversation, it's not a reading. It's just a conversation and listening to them what is the situation in the moment, what they're going through in that moment, and just to release that in that moment. Yeah, it's a wonderful journey. But like I said, be compassionate with yourself, forgive yourself, love yourself, accept yourself, and after that, you can do with others.
Yes. It's powerful. What you're saying is really powerful for their healing journey, for them to step onto their road to self-love. Because until you learn to accept yourself and heal and forgive, not necessarily in that order, you can't love yourself because you can't embrace who you are. You're still too busy judging and criticizing. Oh, this is wrong or that's wrong. And it doesn't have to be physical. It could be a mental, emotional, issue, situation or issue.
Yeah, you know, uh, we are humans, so there be times when we judge others. We don't know exactly what is going on with that specific people. We don't know. So let's do a step back and think. We all have something. We all have a life. Obviously, like I was saying the other day, a customer at my studio, I have a studio for Lauderdale. Um,
Yes.
this is what is going on. I can feel this. Yes, there was a confirmation. Okay. Um, well, my guys are not telling you to go directly to that person and say, I forgive you. My guys are telling me not to go exactly and say, I love you. My guys are
Hmm.
telling me, you love yourself first, forgive yourself because you accept it, and then send them love. Visualizing that you send them love. Be compassionate with that person. Um, and I give some exercises to do. I was very happy that that person understood what I was talking about. It's not about calling the person and say, I forgive you. Sometimes it's no, there is no need. Or
Right.
like sometimes we want explanations from others. We want a apology. That's something that I always talk. Apology from another person, maybe you're not gonna have it. Maybe you're not gonna have it. But just by forgiving, the more you give, the more you receive. Abundance in
True.
love, right?
It's so true. It's like I say, you give yourself a gift when you forgive others and yourself. You give yourself the gift that keeps on giving to you because it's part of your growth. So we only have another minute or so. Is there anything that I haven't brought up today that you'd like to talk about?
Um, feel yourself powerful. Feel yourself able to do what you want to do. Own it and don't allow, respectfully, obviously, don't allow no situation, no person to tell you that you are not to do that you are not able to do it, that you can do it. You can. Even if you later change your mind or think that was a mistake, well, you're going to learn from that mistake. Just own it.
Yes.
Just do it. Be happy. Pick the life that you want. Don't close your mind to all the opportunities that are there. Recently, I heard some of my clients that they want to start a journey in either businesses or education. And I always said, it's you. Then later in life, you might say, I regret it. So don't wait for that. Don't wait to say, I regret not to do it. Just do it. This is part of life. But also own it. Own the decision. Um, if you own it, you're not going to blame anyone, right? So our big mistake is blaming. Our big mistake is taking in consideration more our ego. Be you, like you said earlier. Important to be you. Be you. I
Yes.
love what you said earlier before we
Absolutely.
started. It's just be you.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Mila. I'm so grateful to have you on the show. Hard to believe an hour has practically gone by. And I'm just so grateful that you're here and you're able to share such wise words and thoughts, and talk about what you do and how you can help people and how you do help people through your being of service. So thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Marla.
I want to thank Bridget, my right hand, my left hand. Words just can't convey the feeling I have for Bridget and how we work together and what she does. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to thank you, the listening audience, for taking time out of your life, out of your day to be a part of this show. And whether you're able to be a part live or you were not able to be live and you're listening, on the uploaded version, I do the show with you in mind, as I say, because I want to bring you amazing people like Mila McGowin, and what she does and how she works with her clients and how she can work with you. There are so many people out there that can do that, and I want to bring them as many as I can to you. So thank you for all you do. Um, I am really excited to ask you to check out my website, Marla Goldberg. Goldberg has 2Rs.com. See how I can work with you. See what I do. You can read articles I've written, all podcasts I've been guest on, as well as the ones I've done, my services, and see how this fits in with your journey. So thank you for that. And as I leave you, oh, wait, before I leave you, I have one more thing to share. Next week's guest is Tiziani Chappelle. And so Tiziani is a Reiki master, intuitive, medium, and mentor. So I ask that you tune in and enjoy the conversation I'm going to have with Tiziani. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm back to sending love, blessings, and gratitude to each and every one of you out there. Know that I'm so grateful that you're in my life in whatever capacity you're in it. Not only are you my student, you are my teacher. Not only am I a teacher, I'm still a student. And so we're here to both learn and to teach. So that's my takeaway for today. If you haven't heard these words today, let me say them to you. And if you have heard them, I'm just one more person spreading this. And that is the love. I love you. You are loved, not just by me, not just by your family and friends, but you've got a plethora of beings on the other side of the veil who are your biggest cheerleaders and want to see you succeed. If you need, want, desire something, talk to them with gratitude. Thank them for bringing to you what it is you need, want, and desire, and allow them to do that and be open minded because it's not going to be a linear kind of reception. It's not like, Mila and I talking, and I'm going to ask her a question, and she's going to answer me. It can come through quotes, a passage in a book. You hear me say this all the time. It can be, it could be a fortune cookie. It could be a conversation you overhear while you're in line somewhere. Be open to how it comes to you and allow it to come to you. All right, everyone. I will see you next Thursday. I love you. Have the most incredible week. And I'll see you again next week. So take care, be happy, and be grateful. Bye for now.